such a special place. You drive through the streets of Green Bay, no tall buildings, quaint houses, and then boom, right there in the middle of the neighborhood is iconic Lambeau Field. Tonight, we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Green Bay Packers. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now ETN to start the drive. And a short pickup to about the 27. It'll be second down.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defense in front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read,
there he goes left side. Touchdown, Jaguars. A great effort there. His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Jaguars have taken the early lead on the road here at Lambeau. Well, if they didn't get the wake-up call before the game, they got it right now. 2 plays already in the end zone.
I think of it in boxing terms because whether it's a big shot with your first one or a probing one, a little bit of a jab, the second one was the payoff. That was the big one that landed. 1-2, end zone.
The point after is good, and it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
And that's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties. And he's able to knock that one away.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. Well, this defense very strong in that victory from a week ago.
And one of the key things you always look for when you're evaluating a defense is how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get per game? And how about last week's game? That number? 6. Absolutely phenomenal performance. They were on top of their game right from the first snap.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They have to be thrilled with that first drive. They got him the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road.
And you know they spent all week in practice, in meetings, talking about taking an early advantage. Being the road team, going up the score, that takes the crowd out of the game and puts some doubt in the minds of their opponents. This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Etienne once more. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
3rd and 2, now Lawrence. Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down. On 4th down, on is Logan Cook to punt. Back deep, Jakeem Grant. He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Rodgers. Pass caught. It's Romeo Doubs. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 23 yards the pickup there. Now a 1st down carry by Jones. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. The Packers at 3-1 here through their first 4 games. And they come in off a disappointment last time out. That put an end to their modest 3-game win streak.
And last week, not only on the scoreboard, but I saw it on tape as well. Definitely not one of their finer performances, because they were outclassed pretty much right from the start. So I think there'll be a renewed emphasis on trying to be a little better out of the gate in this one so they don't fall into a big hole.
A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. Here's Rodgers. Throw right side, hauled in by Doubs. And he's going to have a Packers 1st down as they convert on 3rd and 3 with a nice gain of 7 yards. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Working from the gun, Rodgers. Caught on the right side by Jones. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
Well, they use him a lot out of the backfield. He had 5 catches a week ago, and he makes another catch here for good yardage.
They go back to the ground with Jones. And they're knocking on the door now as a good run there. Going to take this to about the 10-yard line. 13-yard gain yet again, just like last play. A much different second drive here, Charles. They go 3 and out the first time. This time they've been able to sustain something downfield.
And that's what often happens. You get the game started. You know, you have to get your footing underneath you. You have to get used to the flow of the game, the speed of the game.
And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. A great play there. His 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Packers are an extra point away from drawing level. Fairbairn good with the extra point. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks.
Well, we can talk about it like it's just a basic route, but how about the timing on this one? Lined up on the right, runs a deep in route, and how about the throw? Right on the money. Bam! Puts it right in there and on his hands. Nice completion. Really good pickup.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
That could have been a huge play, but give the defender credit. Stayed calm, stayed collected, and kept himself in a position to make a play on the ball without a penalty.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. A shotgun snap and a give to ETN. Trying to turn the corner, but he's going to be stopped right near the line of scrimmage. Officially nothing on that one, no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on 3rd down. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. And trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Packer pressure, and down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
I remember when I was a kid and all I wanted was a nickel so I could get that soda down at the fountain. And guess what? The nickel came into play well. 5 defensive backs, they covered well, allowed for the sacks.
Sodas were a nickel when you were a kid?
No, I just needed the extra nickel so I could pay the proper price.
Okay, how much were they? A dime? What were they?
15 cents.
Here's Logan Cook now to punt this one away. Here comes Grant on the return. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And that will come the offense as they take over. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm going to continue. And I think that that's exactly what they'll look to do. But the beauty is the balance that they've created sets up opportunities for big plays. Looks like a run, turn it into a play action, and throw one deep.
On 2nd and 12, Rodgers. That pass complete to Deontay Hardy. And they'll be stopped at the 28 on a play that started at the 14. They pick up 14. On play action, now Rodgers. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
Have to give some credit to the defender on that one. He read all of his keys perfectly and got a great break on the ball and able to force that incompletion.
To throw again on 2nd down. Rodgers, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
And again, it's Rodgers. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. 27 yards there on a very nice 3rd down conversion.
that was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver. Although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
An inside give to Jones. And some space here. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 43 yards rushing for him now. He's only carried the ball 4 times.
This is a little bit like baseball here. Strong up the middle. Both sides want to be that. In this case, the offense ended up winning the ultimate battle.
And those big runs between the tackles, that's a little deflating for a defense, isn't it?
It really is, because that's where your strength's supposed to be. You're supposed to be in a spot where they can't make that yardage there. You're supposed to send them outside. Not in this case.
Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Now a handoff up the middle. Knox.
And when the defense wins and gives up no yardage on a running play, that's something they can build on and carry themselves forward throughout the game.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. Knox. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first. Just a gain of 1 there. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. That'll be good for 6, but now it's 4th down.
He had to fight for every yard on that run. Shook himself free of a tackle and kept fighting, even with the rest of the defense closing in on him. That's the kind of effort you'll take every single time.
Now Kaimi Fairbairn for the field goal try. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. It's blocked.
Gotta say, Charles, a little surprising to have a kick this short blocked. Usually that happens on the longer ones, but great job by the special teams to kind of sift through there and get a hand on it.
Yeah, you've seen a lot of football over time, partner, and you're right about it. Typically, the longer field goals start lower because they have so much more ground to cover to get to the post. And that's when you get a hand on it. These short ones, you're able to pop it up in the air pretty quickly. Nor when you get height. In this case, extra effort to block that one.
And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. Now Lawrence. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Jenkins. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a 1st down.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
On 1st and 10, it's Lawrence. That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. It's a gain of 35.
Oftentimes now, offenses aren't nearly as precise as days gone by. They just tell receivers, find an open patch of grass and let the quarterback find you. And that's exactly what they did on that play. First with the pass through the air, nice chunk of yardage there, and then additional pickup with his legs after the catch.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Here's Lawrence. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Ross.
And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
And between the last two plays, they moved it over half the length of the football field.
Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game.
Here we go.
And they'll throw on first down with Lawrence.
Open man is Kirk, complete.
And he's going to be taken down, but there's a penalty flag in the backfield. Is this a hold, or did they rough the quarterback?
So a critical mistake, roughing the passer. Now it's first and goal.
Handoff running left is Etienne.
And he'll take this one in for a Jags touchdown.
Travis Etienne
Taking it in from 4 yards out.
And the Jaguars take the block field goal and convert it into 6 points.
Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 14-7.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. The last time they had a little bit of a special teams breakdown, the field goal was blocked.
Yeah, and everything has to be precise in the kicking game. Snap, hold, kick, obviously the blocking to keep people out. So what you really want to do is get in there and get 6 points and take the pressure off of those guys. And a really nice play call there to start the drive, especially if you're a team that has a little bit of a reputation for throwing it downfield. You come out and you think maybe you can catch them off guard a little bit, and they did. Little screen pass, backdoored them, and that time worked well for a solid gain.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Shotgun now for Rodgers.
That's complete to Dobbs. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers.
Completes it again to Dobbs. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Throwing on first down is Rodgers. Touchdown, Packers!
Romeo Dobbs.
An 11-yard touchdown.
And the Packers are an extra point away from tying the ball game here in the final minute of the first half.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away.
This fielded right at the goal line. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line.
Now it looks like we'll get a timeout, and we will. We've got an injured Packer on the field.
The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
And they'll have a little bit of time to work with. 35 seconds until the break.
Over the middle, he's got his tight end Ingram. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half.
Such a tough position to defend near the line, even when you add a second defender. But the big man shrugged off the extra body and made the play call a success.
Here we go.
To throw again on second down.
Lawrence
Completes it to Evan Ingram. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 22 yards there, a first down.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running.
And the pressure gets to Lawrence, and he'll go down. Rashawn Gary that time fighting free and getting to the quarterback.
Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19.
Here's Lawrence to throw.
He finds his man, complete. It's Jenkins.
And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. This from 54 yards away. And this one is right down Broadway. And that will do it for this first half. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Packers set to get the football first, and they are trailing on the scoreboard as we resume action, ready for the third quarter.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line.
Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Hey, 26. Hey, 88.
Rodgers going to throw.
On the out route, Dobbs brings it in.
Short completion, just 4 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. To throw is Rodgers. Setting up the screen here, Aaron Jones. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play. And that brings up 3rd and a full 10 yards.
Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains.
From the gun, it's Rodgers.
He hits Dobbs on the crosser.
And oh, he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches. On now is the Packers punter, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
Lawrence now off the bootleg.
Sliding out of the pocket. Finds his tight end Ingram. A bit of a catch for him to remember. That's number 400 for his NFL career. Not a bad number at all. Up at the 29 now. They'll head to the line. 2nd and a yard. Lawrence. That's going to be caught by Kirk. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds.
Lawrence finding Kirk there for the Jaguar first.
And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Hey, exit.
On 2nd down, Lawrence.
And the pass is intercepted. He was looking for Ingram. Adrian Amos with a pick.
And the Packers are going to take possession of the football.
Well, when I looked down, he was kind of shaking his head right after he threw that pass. What did you see?
Well, from a defense's perspective, anytime you have your eyes back towards the quarterback, you're in a position to make a play on the ball, whether it's a big-time play by you or an overthrow by the quarterback. You have a much better opportunity.
And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Shaquille Griffin in on the stop defensively.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the over.
And Rodgers is going to go down. He's sacked.
Brought down by Trayvon Walker on the pass rush. They tried to go with a little play action there, but nobody on the defensive side bit.
Yeah, they adjusted in time and in a big way and ultimately got the sack. On offense, sometimes you're running play action just to set up a certain blocking technique. In this case, none of it worked.
The defense shaking their heads, not aggressive enough, and they allow them to convert a 3rd and 18. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the shotgun, a give to Jones.
And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it, and it's 2nd down. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Rodgers' throw complete here on target to Tunyon.
He'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7. He's been quiet today in the passing game, just his 2nd catch.
Yeah, and people have to come up with schemes to limit him. And what a lot of teams do, they'll double him, use a linebacker underneath, a safety over the top. Sometimes they'll just take a corner, maybe their 3rd corner if he's a bigger guy, and put him on a man-to-man to try and limit his touches. Just keep mixing it up, give him different angles, different looks, like a good boxer does.
Rodgers to throw on 3rd and 1. Yeah, that one going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Partner, for once in my life, I'll be succinct. In a one-possession game, every single stop like that could be a difference maker.
They'll run it with Jones. And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. So the drive will continue. After the conversion on 4th, they'll work from the 20 on 1st down. And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And good downhill running. He's got 6 yards down to the 13.
They've created a nice sustained drive off of plays like that. A nice strong run there that keeps them advancing the ball.
The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4. They'll go again to Jones. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. One quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The offense on 3rd down tonight, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 4. Here's Rodgers to throw. And he's got it. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
They'll run on 1st down. Knox, and not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. This linebacking core, they've done a good job of keeping that running game in check, haven't they?
They certainly have, and what they'll also do when this game is over is thank the guys up front, the big defensive line, because they've kept them clean, so to speak. Not letting...
And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. A great effort there. With his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Packers have moved out in front here in the 4th quarter. And it's no good. Well, that could be a critical miss here in a 1-score game in the 4th. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Fields it right around the goal line. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And now they'll look to answer working from behind. And remember, this offense has sputtered yet to score here in the 2nd half. They'll need to change that here. Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Lawrence will throw. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
Throw left side complete. That's Jenkins.
And not much happening there. He's taken down, but a late penalty flag in the backfield. Now, this looks like a roughing call.
A bad time for a roughing penalty, and they get the gift of a 1st and 10.
From the shotgun, Lawrence.
And the pass is intercepted. He was looking for Ingram. And the Packers will take over here just shy of the 30. Second straight drive now here, Charles, that had ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to nerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one? Or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
So after the INT, it's Rodgers.
Throwing left side, and Watson has it.
Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Boy, he ran free there after the catch as that winds up going for 38.
We know play callers can be very creative in this game today, but sometimes when they've got receivers with speed like this, they don't need to design incredibly complex calls. Sometimes it's just get the ball in his hands and let him do his thing. In a sense, less can become more, and it was right there. With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. They run the counter. Knox. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. A couple of plays sent him the wrong way, and now they face a 3rd and 14. Throwing is Rodgers. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted.
It's Devin Lloyd with a pick. And the Jaguars are right back in this football game.
A critical error there in a tight game of the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter. Turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Jenkins.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
And he'll bring this one inside the 35. He'll pick up 7 there on the 1st down keeper.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
Get ready.
On 2nd down, a run with Etienne.
And he'll go down at the 28. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
Brandon, I think you and I were both raised the same way in the game of football. You run to set up the pass, but I think we've discovered in this NFL, a lot of teams pass to set up the run. And that's what they've done throughout this game. They've aired it out, thrown it around the yard. Now they've come back to the running game, and they find a way to be successful with it.
Throwing now, Lawrence on 1st down. And that one's going to be off target and incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
Here's Lawrence.
He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Absolutely no disguise on that one. They just went for it. Put him out there and said, go deep. Let's try and hit him. Unfortunately, to no avail.
From here, it would be a 45-yard field goal attempt. Certainly in range, but they'll look for more yardage on third down. Now Lawrence to throw. This will be caught inside the 10. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on third down that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a 1st down. I think the defense fell asleep at the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown, and that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. A snap to Lawrence as he taps this forward. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Jacksonville. A great play there with his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Jaguars are once again back in front. Extra point right down the middle. And that will make this a 4-point game. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. As this offense takes the field against CD. Remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly intercept. Oh, a huge mistake late. It's intercepted. And the Jags are going to take possession of the football. Agreed, that's twice now in this 4th quarter.
As a quarterback, a lot of times you think it's all on you to make plays when you're losing. And here, the play's not there, but he throws it anyway.
And they'll try to squeeze in one more play here before the 2-minute warning. On 1st down, Lawrence. He finds his man, complete. That's Jenkins. Touchdown, Jaguars. A great effort there. 41 yards. And the Jags add on to their lead, and they are also closing in on a 5th straight victory. Extra point splits the uprights, and that pushes the lead up to 11.
Logan Cook to kick off for the Jaguars.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And incomplete. A drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down.
A lot of practice time, a lot of thinking goes into 2-minute drills, even on the defensive side. So now you want to make sure the guys understand. Continue to be aggressive, but make sure you're smart in doing so.
On 2nd and 10, Rodgers. Oh, that'll be incomplete. Oh, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Back-to-back incompletions, but we know this is definitely 4-down territory. Time not on their side. I don't think they want to try and get the 1st down in 2 installments. I think they got to go and get it right here, right now.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Rodgers now to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Hardy.
Has a pretty good throw on the curl route there. 3rd down, and they pick up a first.
Defense should be aware for that, right?
They should be aware, but it was so hard sometimes.
Yeah, it's not easy.
Because when they sell that route really well, you think they're going upfield, then they curl back, show their numbers to the quarterback, and complete the play.
Able to find Jones. Finding room at midfield.
And some room to roll now. Yeah, he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. A big play there on the catch and run. 32 yards. The offense has to love that because that was just a dump down, and then he turned something out of seemingly nothing.
And the best quarterbacks understand that dumping it down is often a good play, a better play than even what was drawn up.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. And again, it's Rodgers. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. And that's good for a gain of 6, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Rodgers. And this is intercepted, and that should do it.
Picked by Chad Muma. And the Jaguars are going to get it back here just past the 35.
That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands.
They'll start on the ground. ETN.
Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line, and I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. On 3rd down, Lawrence.
He finds his man, complete. That's Jenkins. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Now a timeout called for by the defense as it comes with 1:04 left to go in the game. We know he's good at catching the football, but then after the catch, he's got escapability.
Not only that, he's got some toughness as well because you know he's coached very hard to make sure he battles through, breaks tackles, and then they finish with, but don't fumble the football.
Back at the 5-yard line now, 2nd and goal. So he'll take a knee here to wrap this one up, and he's going to want to keep that game ball. He was sensational. And a sight that's becoming familiar in this season. They remain undefeated, another win under their belt.
And they did it the way that they really want to. Taking a knee at the end of the game, that means you have the ball, you're in control, you dictate the final part of this ball game, and they did exactly that.
And the clock rolls down to 0. So this will be a win for Jacksonville, and never an easy thing to do, no matter how good Green Bay is, what the year is, to come into Lambeau and get the victory, but they did it.
You're not just battling the team that you're playing that day. You're not just battling the crowd that's in attendance in that game. You're battling the history of the franchise. You're battling the ghosts that swirl around that place that help spur them on to victory. It is an unbelievable atmosphere, the most historic place in the league, and you have to make sure you stay focused on your task. Otherwise, you can get easily distracted.
Yeah, hats off to them for keeping that laser focus and getting the victory. So for the Jags, their strong September has carried over to October as they move to 5-0. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to the Windy City to take on the Bears. Meanwhile, for Green Bay, the loss will move them back to 3-2 on the year. And they'll be at home next week for a date with the Seattle Seahawks.